I am the greatest.
Someone with color! Someone with color! Someone with dash! Someone with...
Without so much as a warning.
Enemy spotted.
Hangs in the balance. And within seconds, nothing will ever be the same. Ever. I'm Ron Pitts. Most astounding moments of destruction ever caught on camera. A world-famous Thunderbird jet crashes, a train collides with a semi-truck, and a rocket fuel explosion so intense it registers on the Richter scale. This is destroyed in seconds. Oxnard, California. After experiencing an accident at these two cross streets, a man sets up two cameras to support his claim that this intersection is dangerous. This busy intersection has a railroad crossing, warning lights, bells, crossing gates, and a traffic light. He claims these elements are not only confusing, but also dangerous. So far, the man has yet to find any evidence supporting his claim. But that's about to change. At the railroad crossing, bells ring, warning of an oncoming locomotive. The crossing gates descend, but the confused truck driver suddenly begins rolling forward.
Bruh.
The semi stops before crossing the intersection. The driver seems unaware that the truck rests directly on top of the track. The train engineer desperately blasts the air horn, hoping the driver will respond.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
The trailer is completely destroyed.
Wow!
Hundreds of yards.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
It fares better, but will require major repairs. Analysis of the footage reveals exactly what went wrong. The driver of the semi is stopped at a red light when warning bells start to ring. Right as the crossing gates lower, the traffic light changes to green, and the semi rolls forward. But before it can cross the street, the light switches back to red. A collision is inevitable.
Oh, hello, yeah!
Just moments after the horrific impact,
Really, nigga?
the lucky driver and her dog emerge unscathed. The 80 passengers aboard the train also escape injury. The complete destruction of this semi-trailer is a vivid reminder that when a vehicle and a train collide, the result can be catastrophic. Iksan, South Korea. A fire has broken out at a liquid petroleum filling station. Knowing the hundreds of small fuel canisters in the area could explode at any second, firefighters risk their lives to douse the flames. But their biggest concern is the 5,000-gallon refueling truck surrounded by flames. Unfortunately, there's one thing they don't know. Tank filled with flammable liquid. Then, firefighters think they have a blaze. The massive explosion engulfs the neighborhood and rises more than 300 feet into the air. Fahrenheit, the combustion point for gasoline. The ball of flame swallows the nearby buildings, blowing out windows and sparking dozens of smaller fires. The news helicopter is lucky it's not in the path of the flaming mushroom cloud. For the next several hours, firefighters struggled to get a handle on this gasoline-fueled fire. In all, several buildings were lost, 18 vehicles were destroyed, and 30 people were taken to the hospital. An investigation revealed that a faulty coupling connecting a filling hose to the underground tank triggered the fire, then led to this catastrophic explosion. The crown jewel of the U.S. Air Force is its elite demonstration squadron known as the Thunderbirds. For over 55 years, they have been thrilling audiences around the world with their precision aerobatics.
What the fuck was that?
On a crisp day in September, first-year Thunderbird pilot Chris Strickland takes his F-16 into the air in front of 80,000 spectators at Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho. His first stunt of the day will be a spectacular air combat maneuver known as the Split S. The slightest miscalculation can end in tragedy, and unbeknownst to Strickland, he's miscalculated. He's drastically underestimated the altitude needed to perform this challenging dogfight maneuver. He begins his descent about 1,000 feet too low. Halfway through the loop, Strickland realizes his mistake. He tries desperately to pull up the nose of the F-16, but it's beyond the plane's capabilities. At just 140 feet above the ground, Strickland is about to make what could be his last decision as a pilot.
Knock it off. Thunderbirds, knock it off.
Air Force Thunderbird pilot Lieutenant Chris Strickland has drastically underestimated the altitude he needs in which to perform an aerobatic stunt known as the Split S. Unable to pull out of the maneuver in time, Lieutenant Strickland has no choice but to eject. A split second before the $2 million F-16 explodes into a ball of flames. The jet fighter careens down the runway for over 200 yards, and the engine over 100 more. A last look shows that Lieutenant Strickland...
All this run is the devil, all these NX is the devil, all of these murders the devil, all of these hoes is the devil. Bitch, I am the devil, I can't go to heaven, I can't go to heaven, I can't go to heaven.